What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I'm going to talk to you about ChargePoint. It's been a while since I've done a ChargePoint video, so I want to go over some of the data points, what's been coming out from the company itself, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, ChargePoint did go down 4.52% on Friday. So over this last 6 months, as you can kind of see right here, it has gone down 21.4%. So ChargePoint is really good at kind of going up, but as soon as the market turns red, they equally go down. So very volatile stock. I'll go over the technicals and that'll make a little bit more sense. But at the same time, as I've mentioned on pretty much every video, I always like to go over volume. So for instance, on Friday, there was 8.4 million shares being traded, 16.6 is the average. So a little bit lower, but at the same time, when it comes down to a lot of stocks that are unable to hold their gains, it all is stemmed to this. So institutions. And these are all the transactions that have occurred over the last 90 days on the secondary market above $100,000. So you don't see that much institutions lining up to buy ChargePoint. So this is where, on a daily basis, majority of the volume is linked to shorting as well as algorithmic trading. So for instance, if the market is optimistic about a certain sector or just as a whole, then AI is going to really push ChargePoint higher, similar to what has happened in the past. As you can kind of see, this right here had nothing to do with ChargePoint news associated to them, rather just the broader market. And then as soon as that AI is turned off, or possibly the market turns somewhat bearish, this is where you do get on the opposite spectrum for it to go down. So it really is unfortunate because ChargePoint, based on some analyst expectations, is estimated to be profitable second half of 2025. But despite that though, institutions still see a lot more downside because the market is extremely fickle right now. Any company burning through cash and not being as productive as what obviously is assumed, then you are going to get the market punishing that stock. And this is ultimately what has happened with ChargePoint and why at the same time institutions aren't really paying that much attention to it. So once again, that's kind of some stuff that's been happening and really affecting ChargePoint. As far as PR, like I said, it's been a while since I've covered ChargePoint, but the July 25th news was relatively good, so it does look like they reached a milestone of providing more than 1 million places for EV drivers to charge. Initially, when I did see this, I actually thought it was a duplicate, so I kind of had to go back through my previous videos, and I guess at the tail end of 2023 right here, they did put out this news saying that they did reach 1 million quarterly active drivers. And so, yeah, I think that, again, I just had to distinguish the difference between them. But still, I think this news that did come out is relatively positive, showing that ChargePoint is building a very good foundation for the foreseeable future. So yes, even though they are burning through quite a lot of cash, they're at least, like, once things turn for the positive, whether it be because of rate cuts or whatever else, ChargePoint will be very well suited for kind of good growth, or possibly just even a takeover opportunity, right? Because going over here, ChargePoint right now is a 718 million market cap company. Definitely, if it gets back to close to the 52-week low, it might incentivize maybe, or at least draw some attention to it as they take over. So once again, letting you know about that. And like I said, the next big catalyst for possibly ChargePoint and also the EV sector would be interest rate cuts. So essentially for the September 18th meeting, there is a 48.5% likelihood of a 50 basis point cut, and then a 51.5% likelihood of a 25 basis point cut. So the whole EV sector is very sensitive to interest rates. So this again would be a good catalyst. And that's aside from technically ChargePoint's upcoming earnings, which is, I believe, estimated for September the 4th. So definitely that should be good. And like I kind of insinuated already, a lot of analysts are a little bit more optimistic on ChargePoint now, especially based on their last earnings. So over the last 90 days, you do see 5 positive revisions, and negative 10 cents is the estimated earnings per share, and 113.48 million for revenue. So like I said, I think ChargePoint, even though institutions aren't really paying that much attention to it, if you do believe in EVs as a whole, bigger picture, then yeah, ChargePoint is one of those definitely diamonds in the rough. That's my own opinion, of course. When it comes to shorts, though, they've been very much all over the place. So at the beginning of July, there was all-time high short interest of roughly 32.05%. Since then, they've actually been returning quite a lot up until recently. So even on Friday, shorts did increase 1.04 million shares. 28.31% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 110.92 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 9.15, and then utilization 87.07. So I'm bringing this up more so for analysis purposes, not because ChargePoint is a squeeze play, because in order for a squeeze to happen, like, ChargePoint is heavily shorted, I gotta give them that. But in order for a squeeze to happen, you need a surprise catalyst. And that's one thing that ChargePoint has largely lacked. So again, I don't see ChargePoint being a squeeze play. But with this upcoming week, you do have a lot of options activity. So this is the current open interest. So for the chain ending August the 16th, you have 19,000 at the $1.50 strike price, 45,000 at the 2, and then 23,000 at the 250. So you will see shorts relatively active this upcoming week if ChargePoint does get close to that $2 mark. So again, something to keep in mind. There's a lot of data points coming out this week that could justify the market to continue higher. One of which is a CPI that is, I believe, coming out on Wednesday. You have initial jobless claims, which the market's been paying a lot of attention to over this last several weeks. So you have that coming out on Thursday, as well as retail sales. So this whole week is going to be a lot of volatility, and you can tell that as well, that ChargePoint's going to be very volatile because of the gaps in the fib levels. So with it right now at $1.69, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So $1.61 will be the next strong support that you'll want to watch for ChargePoint to hold. If not, then it will kind of possibly trade between this S2 and this S1. So $1.36 is that following support level. On the flip side, $2 is going to be that next strong heavy resistance slash target for ChargePoint. And like I said, if it does get close to that with good data or whatever else, you're going to see shorts relatively active, because market makers slash shorts will not want ChargePoint to close anywhere close to that, because that does mean that they'll have to go to the open market and buy roughly around 4.5 million shares just at that $2 strike price. So definitely something to keep in mind. On the actual chart itself, you do have that 50 and 100-day moving average right above it. So a lot of resistance levels. So hopefully ChargePoint is able to kind of push higher back into that $2 range, because ChargePoint for this 2.5 week period, like, it was doing fairly well, holding its gains, and in some cases actually during this time period outperforming the broader market. So something to keep in mind. ChargePoint is like, it's getting algorithmic trading in a positive bullish aspect for a reason. So let me know your thoughts on that. ChargePoint at the same time is considered very oversold based on stochastic. So if there's a good piece of news that does come out, then definitely you should see a rush of value investors, and number of retail investors have been slowly getting out ever since it looks like the 16th. So give yourself a shout out if you have been buying, if you've been selling, what have you been doing with ChargePoint, and where do you guys see things going this week? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Link in the description below and also the comments. And on a side note, it's been extended up until the end of August. So with all that said though, appreciate all of you watching.